Hello traders and welcome to Friday Wrap-Up, July 25th, 2014. Traders, as we end our trading week on a Friday after the New York close, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. It's Saturday morning for me and it's quite early. Beautiful blue skies, white sandy beaches, no wind, and very hot. Looks like a beautiful Saturday for the weekend. All right, traders, let's get going. We've got 10 currency charts to look at today, so it's going to be interesting and a short commentary. Traders, before we get going, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator through the Market Open preview series that's brought to you every Friday after the New York close. Traders, I started trading in 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful career in the fire rescue department out of the wonderful state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand on a 3-month vacation. Figured I'd celebrate my career, and traders, I'm still here. It's 2014. Traders, I have to tell you, I absolutely love what I do. I trade the markets every single trading day. I love listening to the fundamentals. I like doing analysis on the charts. I like figuring it out, and most of all, I like being profitable. Don't we all? All right, traders, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is the risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, traders, we're going to move right along today. Don't want to hold you up on a weekend. This is the weekend commentary, as in the end of week commentary. Traders, what happened this week? Very, very interesting markets. The New York markets are absolutely, unbelievably just roaring to the green side. They just keep going up. You just keep hitting records. Earnings, is making a play. I mean, we're seeing some volatility with earnings. However, I have to tell you, traders, it's quite interesting because my take is what happens in 2 weeks, week and a half, when earnings comes to a stop. And what are the markets going to do then? We're going to still be in summer trading, which you all know has been very low this year. In fact, it's been the lowest in many years, according to the gurus out there. And it's just going to be interesting to see how we wrap up the summer and head into the first week of September, where we get all the volume back in the markets. Currency pairs did a mix. Currency pairs were pretty much sideways a lot and then would give you a bump. And now we're seeing a lot of change of direction in some of these currency pairs, which we're going to take a look at as we go into the daily charts. Remember, on the Friday wrap-up, we look only at daily charts. So that's what's going on. It was a good trading week. You had to watch the fundamentals. You had to watch what the indices were doing on both sides of the pond, both in the London session and then in the U.S. session. And you had to be on your toes. It was definitely not a week to put a trade on and go walk the dog until you just had to wait till you break even before you left the charts. But I think it's very exciting. I think next week's going to be just as exciting. I'm really amped up for it. We'll look at some pairs that I think are going to change your direction, or at least one that I can tell you. And it's going to be interesting to see. And I would have never thought of it, but it did happen. So on no further ado, let's not delay. Let's head over to the daily charts. Daily charts. 10 charts today. Let's start out with our first one, as always, the euro dollar. Okay, this is euro dollar. This, you can see, if you look back here on the top of the 200 exponential line, that's that green line. You can see where, we saw that blue candle come above the 200, and, everybody was saying, oh my gosh, this is a change of trend. The euro's going back up. Well, folks, the euro's not going nowhere. The euro, after that, came down below the 200, tested it 3 times, and then made the final dump. Yesterday, the markets closed at 34.78. So the euro is still bearish. It's the only thing we should be looking at is bearish moves. And I'm not into counter trend trading. I mean, I don't say I don't do it, but it's probably less than 15% of my trading. So the euro is bearish, and we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that bias. That's it. I guess that's the best I can say on the euro. Okay, let's go over to the dollar Swiss. So the dollar Swiss, is correlated with the euro dollar. So the dollar Swiss should be doing the opposite of what the euro is doing, and it is doing just that. In the last, I'd say that's 2 weeks or more of candles, we can see that we got higher highs and higher lows, and this is just on the up move. So this is bullish, 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 bullish. Remember, the center line on those Bollinger Bands are the 20 simple moving average, and price is right on it. I mean, just right on it. So I would look for this to continue to the upside. All right, let's go over to another one of our great pairs, and that is the pound dollar. Traders, this is the pound dollar. What is going on with the pound? Now, if you take a look at this, I've been sticking to my guns saying that this was just, relaxing, and, well, it got over the relaxing. I put a trend line in there. You can see it's broke its trend line, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday basically is below this trend line. I think we're going to change a trend. If we don't see something to the upside Monday or Tuesday, I think we are going to change a trend. I think this is coming back down. We're at support at the 69.56 area. If you look left of the chart, this is support and was previous resistance, and it reacted here. So if it doesn't react here and plows through that, we're just going to have to say that this is a change of trend, and we're going to start looking for bearish trades, which I did start doing. I mentioned it in our market open preview, and traders, we do that every single trading day before the London Open, and we were looking at 1 hour charts, and basically I'm trading what's in front of me, and this pound right now is bearish and looking to confirm the change of trend. All right, let's go over to the Aussie dollar. This is not as pretty. Traders, it is in an upturn, but I have to tell you, if you look at those last 20 so candles, there's nothing in this chart that says to me I want to trade this. This is just absolutely nasty. Look at all these indecision candles. Just hasn't picked a direction. So I'm staying away from trading the Aussie dollar. We want to see some kind of a trade that we can take, and I understand that it is a commodity pair, and we have to watch that. But this is really, really ugly. And my vote is let's just stay away until this pair gives us some solid direction. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Here's another trading pair that has been bullish for such a long time. And again, I think this is going to come down to this 200 exponential moving average at 0.8517 and maybe bounce. And if it doesn't bounce and it breaks through it, we're going to continue this bearish motion. But, this has broken a support level at about 86.75, 86.80. And, this broke this area and is now to the down, and it's strong. I'd like to blame it on their interest rate increase of 25 basis points this week, but I really can't do that. This is just continuing to be bearish, and we're just going to have to, like I said, trade what's in front of us. We're going to stay that way until we get to that 0.8517 area, where the 200 exponential moving average is, and see how that reacts from there. And that's like 40 pips away. So we got maybe one more day, and then we'll get the big test, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, let's take a look at the loonie. This is the CAD. This is in a bearish mode here. I think Monday, Tuesday, I'll tell the story, but it did close above this 200 exponential moving average. So we're going to have to watch this as, why this is doing this. This is because the CAD and the Great British Pound US dollar is correlated. And as we know, the pound has been dumping pretty big. And this is now, the CAD is correlated to it, and now the CAD is to the upside. So we'll see how this works. This might be a change of trend also. Would not surprise me. Quite concerned if this closes, or I should say maintains the close above this 200 exponential moving average. Trade is one of my favorite passive traders. Finally woken up this week and is doing a great job. Great trading on the Euro Aussie. This is a daily chart again. The 200 exponential moving average is at 1.4683. And look at this, traders. Just keeps fibbing and dropping, fibbing and dropping. So therefore, traders, we are bearish, and we're going to stay that way. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie yen. The Aussie yen gave us some nice trades this week. And we are basically just going to hang with this It's bullish, but I got to tell you, it's not pretty where price is right now. And, we have a doji and a red candle, so this might be heading back down to this 94.17 at the 200 exponential moving average. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that and see how that works out. But it's in this range now that we have to watch for, and this high, this high is at about, I would say 96, 55, 58, somewhere in there. So we just have to keep an eye on that as we come up to that resistance level. Okay, let's moving on. And this is the beast, the pound yen, the pound pairs. I'm telling you, don't know if they're going to change the trend. But look at this. Put a trend line in here. What do we have? We have two tests of that trend line, and price is not able to do anything. They're all dojis, right? So what are we going to do here? Just got to wait on this one and see if this closes solidly below this trend line or if it goes above it and continues the uptrend. But this is the waiting game on the pound yen. However, if you were trading at an hourly chart or a 15-minute chart, I would be bearish. And don't have to worry about the 200 exponential moving average. It's far away at 169.45. All right, traders, we're going to take a look at something different, and that is the dollar index. We talked about the dollar index on Friday in the market open preview, and we're just going to take a look at it now. And look at this, traders. I think that says it all. Spatial intelligence. This dollar index is up, and that's just telling us that the dollar is very strong, and we're just going to have to watch that as we trade our currency pairs, that the dollar is strong. I.e., you look at the pound dollar and the euro dollar and the dollar CAD. I think I've made my point. All right, traders, that gives the end to the Friday wrap-up, July 25th, 2014. Traders, for me, July 26th on a Saturday, beautiful sunny day in Pattaya, Thailand. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and FXCL Excellence in Trading, I thank you for being with us today. Traders, we will see you on Monday for the market open preview before the London Open. Traders, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye.